welcome to a new DIY mode video. My name is Elisa and in this video I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful handbag. It's called Ivy. It's a very minimalistic and modern design. It's very easy and quick to sew, and it's, I think, not too small because it does fit the most important things that we like to have when we go out. So in my case, that's my wallet, which is pretty big. That's why I like to have a not too tiny purse. A little makeup bag. You can easily fit one that's bigger than this one. Of course, the mobile. And we have a little extra bag inside with a zipper, which is, I think, pretty important for a handbag. There, of course, you can put a lipstick and your keys. The pattern is very special because the main part of this bag is made of only one fabric. We don't need like an inner fabric and outer fabric. I will of course explain you a little bit better what kind of fabric you need to look for if you want to make this bag. I made two more to show you also different materials. This is called Snap Pep. I think it's also in English maybe Craftex. This one is made in the same way with a magnetic button and also with another bag inside. Something very special, a bag from vinyl, which is very basic. So here we don't have the extra bag inside and another type of button. I hope you will enjoy to watch the video, and of course I hope you're going to have fun doing this project yourself. If you want to sew handbag Ivy, you can download the pattern in my Etsy shop. I will put a link below and also show here where you can find it on Etsy. Then you need a fabric that is strong enough to make a handbag out of it. It is important that the fabric does not fray because we won't neaten the edges. Also, the material should look similar or at least good from both sides. Also, matching yarn, a small magnetic button and a 20 cm zipper. Very useful for this project is Wonder Tape to attach the zipper and sewing clips instead of pins. Do a sewing sample with your fabric and make sure to choose a needle that is suitable for stronger material. Here I show you a larger view of the three materials that I have used: sweat, imitation, Craftex and vinyl. They are all strong enough for a handbag, they look alike from both sides and do not fray on the cut edges. With Craftex and vinyl you have to be very careful when turning around. For vinyl I would even suggest to attach the seams outside and not to turn the bag at all. This is, for example, a pretty classic fake leather, which would not be suitable for the bag. The bag would fray and in important places white threads would hang out. Not too pretty. But once the perfect material is found, you have already done the hardest job. Let's start with the fun part. There are a total of 5 pattern pieces. The main part, the front facing, the flap facing, the extra pocket, which is cut on the fold, and the strap, which is also cut on the fold. Of course, you can vary the length of the strap, for example, make it much longer. For softer fabrics, you cut the strap in the full width. With very stable material, a 2 cm wide strap is enough. Then you can fold the pattern along the dashed line. First, we attach the magnetic button. The button position is marked in the pattern. Place the top half of the button on the flap facing on the right side of the fabric. The bottom half you place on the main part on the marked position, also on the right side of the fabric. Let's attach the zipper. Since we don't need any inner fabric, you can simply put the zipper behind the narrow slot and sew around it. I like to attach the zipper with some Wonder Tape before I use the sewing machine. Remember to use a zipper foot and then you can edge stitch the zipper, backstitching at the end, and you're done. That was pretty easy, right? What stands out from the zipper you can cut off. The position of the extra pocket is shown in the pattern. You can cut these corners and fold them inside to easily mark the spot. Here you put the extra pocket with the zipper up like shown. You can actually choose whether you would rather have the extra bag inside your handbag like me. Then you also clip it to the left side of the fabric, Or you can put it on the outside, which also has its advantages. Then you clip it to the right side of the fabric. Now you attach the extra bag by edge stitching all the way around. While sewing the bottom, you can roll up the rest of the main fabric a bit to fit through the machine. Don't forget to backstitch at the end to secure the seam. Let's make the strap now. If you have a very solid material and the strap is only 2 cm wide, you can skip this step. Otherwise, you fold the strap in the middle, left sides facing, and sew it close to the edge. Personally, I prefer when the strap has 2 seams. That's why I sew along the folded side, but that is not necessary. I just think it looks much better. Next thing to do is to attach the flap facing to the flap. Just put it on the inside of the bag and pin it with some clips. I have also marked the place where the extra bag starts. The seam has to start a bit earlier and stop later because you shouldn't see from the outside where the flap facing starts. Make sure to stitch the seam on the right side of the fabric. As with these solid materials, seams stitched from the outside usually looking much better. So start at the point where the zipper pocket ends and then edge stitch the entire flap to the other top of the extra pocket. If you have a larger magnetic button, you should use a zipper foot. Secure the seam by backstitching the end and the beginning. Let's attach the strap and at the same time cover the not so nice back part of the button. We are also using a facing for this. The back lies with the right side down, the facing with the right side up, and in between the strap is clamped in about 1 centimeter deep. Make sure that the strap is not twisted. It is also important that you do not attach the strap to the very edge, but about 3 to 5 millimeters away from it. Then you sew the facing, strap and main part together with an edge stitch. By the way, that was the first step for the vinyl bag, since there were no facings or extra bag, so I just stitched the straps on the main part, closed the side and bottom seams and put the button on. Now the bottom has to be closed. For this you put together the short parts located more or less in the middle of the main part. Then you are going to edge stitch these short parts together, right sides facing. As always, do not forget the back stitching. The last 2 seams are the side seams. For this, you simply put the 2 fabrics together, right sides facing, from the corner that has just been sewn, and sew them together with an edge stitch. You can push the corner of the bottom slightly to the middle of the bag to match up the side edges. When you get to the top where the strap peeks out of the facing, you're ending the seam, and then you're sewing the second side together in the same way, or you start from the top and end in the bottom. That's what I usually do. Don't forget the back stitching. Now you turn the bag on the right side carefully, refine the corners, and then the bag is finished. I hope you like Handbag Ivy as much as I do and that you like to try this simple sewing project. As always, I'm very happy about pictures of DIY mode creations, so if you have made an Ivy, you can post a photo of it on Instagram using the DIY mode hashtag. I also hope you enjoyed sewing with me today and to see you in my next video. Bye!